Recession, recession, recession. As someone who owns their own creative business, this can be a scary word to hear. But should it be? As freelancers, should we be worried about an upcoming recession? What can we do to make sure we stay in business and thrive during this time? Let's talk about it. Hey there, if you're new here, my name's Chris Pieta. I run a production company and teach creative business here on YouTube. If you've read anything about the economy in the past few months, you know that everyone is talking about recession. Now, I'm no economist, so I'm not here to tell you whether we're heading towards a recession or not. This video breaks down what we need to do as freelancers and creative business owners during a period of slower business. Back in 2020, I was just getting my first clients. I was focused on doing photography for coffee shops, restaurants, and breweries. I spent the end of 2019 building up my portfolio, find my niche, and as soon as 2020 rolled around, I was ready to start getting real paying clients. But the world had other plans. In February 2020, I was talking to a few local coffee shops and businesses about working together on some upcoming projects. I couldn't wait to land paying clients. But then March hit. We had nationwide lockdowns. Businesses came to a halt. Those coffee shops I was planning on working with weren't worried about photography anymore. They were worried about staying in business. None of the businesses I was talking to needed a photographer at all. They were trying to survive. At this point, I started questioning whether or not I could make a living from photography. I spent months learning how to run a photography business and how to get clients. I built up my portfolio and I was proud of it. But now all the clients I was going after had no money to spend. So I gave up on my dreams and decided to work in corporate America forever. Of course you don't believe that. How else would I be in business today? Instead of throwing in the towel, I pivoted. I spent some time really thinking about what types of clients I could attract. Who had money during the peak of the pandemic? Well, no one was going out to restaurants or breweries or coffee shops. Everyone was staying at home. So what did I do? I started reaching out to direct-to-consumer brands. I had a coffee shop portfolio, so I started reaching out to canned cold brew companies. I knew that I had the style that they were looking for, and they had the sales because everyone still wanted coffee, but they didn't want to leave their house. My bet paid off, and I was able to land a few of those clients. In a time where others were struggling to get clients, I pivoted and found a new opportunity. What am I trying to get across with this story? That there is opportunity out there, you just need to look for it. You need to do some thinking and recognize what industries are thriving and what industries are struggling. If your current niche is in a struggling industry, you may have to pivot temporarily. Who knows, you might like this new opportunity so much more. And if you're in a niche that's thriving during tough economic times, well, it's time to double down, my friend. Double down on what's working. If you start seeing more clients saying yes to you and increasing their spending, then you can start to scale your business and keep up with the new demand. Now, I'm painting a pretty nice picture for you here. The truth is, it's not always going to be that easy. Things will get tough. You'll probably get more clients saying no to you. You're going to end up losing some clients because they can't afford you anymore. You'll probably have more people asking you to lower your prices to accommodate. What do you do here? There's a right and wrong way to adjust your pricing. If everyone is asking you for a lower rate and you keep saying no, then chances are it's something that's wrong with your pricing. If it's just some people that are asking for lower rates and others accept them as they are, then your pricing is fine. This is a tough situation to recognize. If everyone's asking for a discount, you'll have to lower your prices a bit so that you can still sign on clients during this time. Do not let your ego get in the way here. I'm sorry, but you're not worth a certain price. Yes, everyone says charge what you think you're worth, but in reality, if no one can afford to pay that anymore, then you're going to go out of business. Leave your ego at the door and price what the market is willing to pay. It's better to take a pay cut than to go out of business. You might lose some cash flow, but if you're still earning enough to survive during these tough times, that's all you need right now. Recognize that these tough times aren't here to stay, they're just temporary. When things pick back up again, you'll be able to raise your rates again, and now you'll have way more case studies on your website to help you keep gaining new clients. Let's go back to my story. I mentioned that I had some coffee shops and breweries I was going to work with. Then COVID hit and they didn't have a budget. Well, I was still early in my photography career and I was hungry to get any clients I could, even if it meant working for free. When those businesses told me they had no money, I offered to work for free, and they said yes. I picked up some beer from the brewery and shot some awesome photos. Some are still in my portfolio today. Yes, I worked for free here, but what did I gain? The photo shoot didn't take that long for me to do. It was pretty straightforward, but I helped that business with marketing materials and photos for their online ordering. From the shoot, I had new photos from my portfolio from a real business, not just some random beer from my house. Now, when I got on sales calls, I could reference this business that I worked with and how I helped them survive during the pandemic. This free work also got me a case study and a Google review for my website. The owner of the brewery gave me an awesome review and boosted my social cred as a product photographer. Now, future clients could see that I've worked with businesses and helped them. I did the same exact thing for a coffee shop. They gave me some of their coffee beans. I took some great photos for them. again, for free. But I got a case study, a Google review, and a boost to my portfolio. I recognized that it made sense for me to do some free projects so I could move the needle forward in my business. I wasn't worried about making a quick buck during these months. I had a multi-year vision in place. I knew that the work I did today would help me months down the road. So it might make sense to go down this route and provide something for free or dirt cheap. This is a decision you need to make for yourself. I can't make it for you. Spend some time writing out all the pros and cons and seeing if this decision will help you this week, this month, this year. Weigh all your options, make a decision, and execute on it. The worst thing you can do is sit around and be unsure of yourself for weeks or months. Make decisions, do the work, learn, and grow from those decisions. If you find yourself in a great financial situation with a big cash buffer that you can use, then great. This could be the time to start working on other projects you've been wishing to do. If you're not getting any new clients, don't just sit around all day and wait for things to get better. Now is the time to take action. If you always want to start a YouTube channel, now you can devote all your time to that. Do you want to direct a short film? Do that. Put together a script, get some friends to star in it, and make it happen. Who knows, that YouTube channel can become a new source of income for you, and you may never go back to client work again. But if you never start, you'll never know. I've heard a lot of stories of people doing this during the pandemic. They were wedding photographers during COVID, lost up all their lined up weddings, and had nothing to do. So they got on social media, grew their Instagrams, their TikToks, and YouTube channels, and now that's what their effort is focused on. If you've ever wanted to do something like this, a recession can be a great opportunity to do it. Just make sure that you have the cash so you don't end up in the streets. That's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching. My name is Chris Pietta, and I'll see you next week.